Hi, everyone. In the spirit of National Women's Day, happy National Women's Day. I've always felt that every day should be every holiday, not even just Women's Day, but like Black History Month, like all the things. I've always felt like, why is it just one day? We should be celebrating these things all the time, right? Valentine's Day, you should always say, I love you. Flowers are always good. So I love being introspective on days like this and being like, well, how can I have a more expansive view? And what really keeps coming up for me, and I did a video on this yesterday, is the word audacious, and really extrapolating on like, what does that mean? And how does that show up for me? And what is the work I've had to do around that over the years, which has been huge. So I actually ended up sharing something with my husband this morning that I connected the dots on. And this is when I was a sales rep for 12 years. I was a multi 7-figure sales rep. Now, mind you, that did not happen overnight. That took many years to get to that sales volume and make a very nice amount of money. A lot of work and a lot of like figuring stuff out. But the one thing that I never worried about when I was in sales was being too much. I never ever worried about being too much. I just showed up as my authentic self, built relationships, stayed the course, did the thing over time. Fine tuning, tweaking. I never worried about being too much. So then, as I shift to working online as a coach, as a mentor, I got certified as a life coach. I worked on speaking. I wrote 2 books in 2021, nonfiction books. I started getting in my head that I was too much. I was too much because I'm a contrarian. So I'm always thinking of other things. I'm always having expansive thoughts. It's just how I was made, right? We all have gifts. We all have all sorts of different gifts. And then I got in my head that I was too much. And I started comparing. And even bigger than that, I started judging myself. I started judging my content. And it wasn't from a place of trying to be perfect. That's really not it. I don't care if someone sees me with my makeup on or not makeup on. I don't use filters. I fix my under eye bags, but that's really it. And if something else looks janky and my tooth looks funny, maybe I just won't post that picture. But in general, I'm not trying to be perfect. That's not it at all. It's worrying that I'm too much in what I'm saying. So this comes up not just as posts, but even bigger than that as comments. And I've noticed that over the years that if I made a comment on someone's post to add to what was being said versus just a very simple comment, I then would judge myself that I was being too much. And then I would bring it all down. I would bring my energy down and I would just bring it all down. But honestly, like that's me showing up as my authentic self, adding to the conversation. And if the other person who did the post originally can't handle that or doesn't like that or is triggered by that or thinks I'm too much, like I have to be okay with that. So I've done the work on this over the years when I started to really realize that this was going on in my system in like 2024. And I've worked on using different tools to help me move past it. And conscious awareness is really the biggest thing. When you can have conscious awareness to the fact that your reactions are in like happening that way. I don't like to say the word in alignment for that. It doesn't really fit, but it's happening that way that you're having reactions then by how you're showing up, then you can start to work on course correcting that, right? But consciousness is the first tool. And then after that, like you can use somatics. I learned about somatics in 2025. That's been helpful for that. Somatics doesn't have to just be about trauma. Like it can be about other things in your life where you just need to move it through your nervous system and get to your balance point where you feel good. Like, so somatics is a good tool for that. And really understanding like how you were made, how you were coded. And so this conversation is so huge and is going to be part of my new Sales Codes Wealth Expansion community, which you can find via my Patreon, patreon.com/conscious convergence, because it's all about your consciousness and it all piecing together so you can live your most wealthy, expansive, blessed, prosperous, whatever you want to say, healthy life, because that's what we all desire, right? And yeah, it's just such a big conversation. And when I really realized that that's what made me super successful in sales, I just showed up as me. I showed up as me. I showed up as me. And all this other online stuff is what put me into another place. But I am also so grateful for that experience. It's not a negative to me because now I see it and I know it and I know what that feels like. So now I can help other people with that too via my programs and the tools and things that I have figured out, and really understanding the core of how we are designed as humans and be able to help people get to that level too. Because the people that will want to work with me are the people that are struggling with that, or the contrarians like me that want to figure out how to show up and have someone be able to hold space for them to do that. The person that's like super, super triggered, even though triggering can be a really positive thing because it will help you move forward. But let's say someone who's really, really triggered and really, really hates me and really, really doesn't want to listen to me, then they're just not for me. That's okay. I still love you if that's you and you're still watching this video. Probably not, right? But if that is that person, then they're just not for me. And I would give that same advice for my clients in terms of them having that person not be for them either. So I love you. Happy Women's Day. I hope this video is helpful to anyone out there. I do one-on-one mentorship. I have packages on my Work Together page on melindavanfleet.com. And then there's also my Patreon, which has free content as well as small ticket masterclasses and this new community that I'm starting called Sales Codes, which actually already started. If you signed up today, you get the masterclasses that are already included, and then we will be building from there. All right, bye for now.